Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about augments, mainly the Ratty capsules because they are coming out next week. So the very first thing I want to go over is, of course, the new Radi class augments will be coming out on May 1st, and they will be replacing, or they're an upgrade to your Addy augments. So for those who don't know, Addy augments currently give us 5% all potency or potency for two separate damage types. So in my case, for my katana, I do have the Addy Def Mel Tech, which gives me a 5% melee as well as technique potency, as well as 4% potency floor increase, which is of course just floor potency in general, versus the Lars augment, which is the new one that just came out several months ago. This one actually gives us 6.5% all potency, or again, in my case, I do have the Def Mel Tech, which gives me 6.5% melee potency as well as technique potency, and 1% potency floor increase. Now, there's going to be many different forms of these Ratty capsules, just like our Addy capsules as well as Lars capsules. As we can see over here, I do have an Addy capsule over here, which gives me all potency plus 5%, and then the Lars augment over here gives me all potency plus 6.5%. So I am expecting the Ratty capsule to possibly give us 7% all potency, or at the very least just bump it up to 6.5 or even 6.75%, somewhere within that range. But the main reason on why the Ratty capsules are really nice is because there's probably going to give us more potency floor increase and just overall better potency, and that's going to be the main driving force on why people are going to want the Ratty capsules. Now, if you did miss yesterday's NGS headline recap video, in the developer letter, they did confirm that we will be able to enhance our weapons and armors to plus 100. However, this kicks in June. And on top of that, our augment slots will be increased to 8 augment slots. So at the moment, you can see that we currently have 7 augment slots for our armor as well as our weapons. However, this will be increased to 8 in June. So that'll definitely give us a lot more flexibility while customizing our build. So the main takeaway over here is, even though we are getting the Ratty capsules, you probably still want to use the Ratty capsules and replace all of your Addy capsules if you're a min-maxer. Personally, I don't even think it's worth buying the Addy capsules anymore, because the prices for the Addy capsules have gone up so much already that you might as well just buy the Ratty capsules, and it's probably not going to be that big of a price difference simply because of supply and demand. Because the Addy capsule, that banner hasn't been around for quite some time already, so the supply is going to be relatively low, and thus the prices are going to be higher than normal. And to be honest, there's no real reason that you should be upgrading to an Addy augment anyway, since it only gives you 5% all potency, considering that there are regular augments such as the Lux Hal Finale that already gives you 5% potency. I don't think the Addy augments are worth your hard-earned meseta anymore. Just wait for the Ratty capsules to come out. It's going to have a huge supply, as a lot of people will be scratching on the AC support items select May 2025, and if there is a good price, you can just snag them up. Remember, there's a whole spectrum of Ratty capsules. It's not like, oh, you have to get the Def Parfait versions. You can always purchase the cheaper variations such as the Guard or the Wards, because again, you know, you mainly want it for the raw potency, so you could always go that path instead. So at the end of the day, are these Ratty capsules worth it? At the end of the day, if you are a min-maxer, if you do want to get as strong as physically possible, yes, they are going to be worth it. However, they are going to be expensive, especially if you actually want to fully min-max your build, but you don't have to go that path. You can still afford a Ratty capsule in your build if you're okay with going with a less optimal build, such as if you go again with the Wards or the Guards or something along those lines. It's going to be significantly cheaper. And of course, if you don't go with the Parfaits, which is the all potency one, you can always go with a more specialized build, especially if you only play one weapon type or one specific class. Then it just doesn't make any sense to overspend on buying the Def Parfaits for that extra 1 or 2% floor potency, as well as the all potency in general. And then on top of all of this, don't forget what I just talked about. You know, in June, we are getting the 8th augment slot. Our weapons and our armor's enhancement cap will be increased from plus 90 to plus 100. So that's going to give us even more damage on our weapons, even more defense on our armors. And I'm sure with the introduction of the 8th augment slot, it's going to be even easier to clear all the content in the game, since, well, you're just going to have an extra augment slot, which can increase your potency potency dramatically, considering that most of our mid-game augments now give us at least 4% potency, and as we know, potency is multiplicative, so your total potency will increase rather drastically when we do get 8 augment slots on every piece of gear.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel, it really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.